Let me introduce our second report, named by preliminary results from a breeding ecology study on the Nordmann Greenshank in Schaste Bay, Sea of Okhotsk. The Nordmann Greenshank is one of the rarest birds throughout the East Asian, Australasian flyway and the world, based on survey conducted along stopover sites in wintering grounds. The most optimist population estimates are between 1,200 and 2,000 individuals. The species is a breeding endemic of coastal environmental along the Sea of Okhotsk. Before our research efforts, only Vitaly Nechayev studied the species breeding ecology in 1976. He found 5 nests, 4 active and 1 old, near the mouth of a wide river, Schaste Bay, on the northeast coast of Sakhalin Island. Little additional breeding information was available on the species. Although non-systematic surveys have revealed a marked contraction in their breeding range over the last half century. Our research took place from 2018 and 2020 in Schaste Bay, a lagoon on the Sea of Okhotsk coast in far eastern Russia. Schaste Bay is separated from coast by a few large barrier islands and a spit. The base is 40 kilometers long and 9 kilometers wide. It is very shallow, with depths rarely surpassing 3 meters. The climate of moussons, like with prolonged periods of rain in the summer and heavy snowfall in the winter. The Okhotsk coast also causes strong wind, heavy fog, and low summer temperatures. Our study site is located in western Schaste Bay, near mouth of Zimnik River. The study period lasts from mid-May to late July or early August, capturing the entire Nordmann Greenshank breeding season. In preparation for the field season, we also visit the site in late March. In 2020, we spent late March and early April searching for old nests that may help you locate Nordmann Greenshank nesting site during the breeding season. We found 1 old Nordmann Greenshank nest as well as another 45 nests belonging of 7 different species. The first Nordmann Greenshank we observed arrived to the study site in the late May. To study their breeding ecology, we observed the species at constant lookout points and during survey throughout the coastal meadow, tidal flat, and inland box. We also captured them on elevated bow net table traps and in inclined misted nets. Adults were banded with red engraved flag, unicolor color combination, and metal belt. Chicks we banded only with a single red band and a metal band. In the 3 years, we banded 9 adults and 10 chicks. We collected genetic samples from each banded individuals. To date, we have been able to find 5 nests, 2 active and 3 old. The 5 nests we found were 1.6 and 2.4 kilometers away from the coast. Nest setching is arduous as the nesting density is low and the vast wilderness is difficult to traverse. Normal Greenshank nest is atypically positioned on large trees. The nest itself is rather primitive with a shallow nest cap. They are usually composite of small, large twigs and several lichen species. All found nests had a large branch overhead, obscuring in from the view of aerial predators. Before 2020, it was fourth the species only nested in trees, particularly in space large forest patches. However, in 2020, we found the first ever exemplar of the nesting on the ground. The nest was situated in an inland bog, a good distance from any mature large trees. It answered a small larch sapling. In a small cluster of sapling larches, 70 or 93 centimeters tall. In the nest were small larch twigs, larch back, dry cudberry leaves, as well as deer lichen. This nest was also covered by an overhanging large branch. Of the 5 nests we found, 4 were on large trees and 1 was on the ground, highlighting how much we have left to learn about the species breeding ecology. Normal Greenshank rear their brood on the coastal meadow and tidal flat. On our study site, the coastal meadow approximately 200 meters wide. We first observed brooding adults at the end of June when both individuals of a pair actively parent. Only a few days later, around July 6, only 1 attending parent is left. Although we currently do not know which sex is the one remaining, future genetic analysis should help us answer these questions. In 2020, we did not observe a single Norman Greenshank banded as a chick in 2019. On one hand, it could indicate low juvenilis survival, but on the other hand, it could be problem with the banding scheme. 1 metal band and a single collar band. This banding scheme, compared to adults, is significantly less noticeable. This low number of observed juveniles could also be the result of low site philopatry. In 2020, we observed 5 of 7 individuals adult Norman Greenshank, banded in 2019, returned to their breeding grounds. Interestingly, observed Norman Greenshank are faithful to the same site and a site particular location year after year. Every year, our study site support approximately 9 breeding pairs. Southwest Schaste Bay supports 12 or 19 pairs. In 1993 years, the same area supported 20 pairs. Southward migration begins around in early July. At this time, we have observed migration groups up to 60 individuals strong. In 1993, these groups were as large as 238 individuals. It is possible these groups consist of non-breeding first-year birds and pairs of did non-breeding successfully. In the 3 years of the project, we have found 2 active nests. The difficulty of finding nests lies in the low density of this endangered species, as well as how difficult it is to search of the vast wilderness. The 2019 nest was depredated by a large billet crow. The same year, near the coastal meadow and interdial flat, we found the remains of 2 week-old fledgling depredated by short-eared owl. The 2020 active nest hatched 3 chicks. The found chicks did not hatch. The habitat of Schaste Bay is relatively pristine with few anthropogenic features. Thus, it is likely the main limiting factor for nesting Greenshank, at least at our study site, is depredation pressure. Nordmann Greenshank fledged around the 25th of July, or approximately 25 or 30 days after hatching. In 2019, we tagged 7 adults and 8 chick Nordmann Greenshank, while in 2020, 2 more adults and 1 chick were added. 1 other chick was banded in 2018. Of these banded birds, 6 have been resected, 5 in Tiozini, China, and 1 near Hwasong Fly Network site, South Korea. Not what records, including the observation of V1 in Tiozini Wetland Park, China, from 5 August to 4 October 2019, a stopover period of at least 61 days. Interestingly, out of 10 banded chicks, not a single one has been resected. This could be due to low survival of fledged and juvenile birds, but also an inconspicuous banding scheme for chick, 1 metal and 1 color band. Preparation for ecological and economic dignification to designate Schaste Bay as a regional nature park. Currently, Schaste Bay provides a relatively pristine habitat of Nordmann Greenshank. The main limiting factor is the high abundance of large-billed crow. There are little anthropogenic effects. However, the situation could change. Thus, we are preparing documents for designate Schaste Bay as regional nature park. In this nature park, certain activities would not be permitted. For example, lodging in coastal areas, use of heavy-duty terrain vehicle, and fossil fuel extraction. And waterfowl hunting will only be allowed before the breeding season. Thanks.